My name is Julie, and I am here from West Virginia, and I have 5 children, and I am here at the Family Help Center with 2 of my children, one of whom is sitting right beside me.
I am Ethan. I'm 15, live also in West Virginia, and I'm homeschooled.
Before we came to FHC, I have two children on the program, and my daughter, my second child, had significant learning issues and social issues, just a lot of different issues that we did not know how to find answers for. We went to a lot of therapy, got a lot of doctor's visits, went to orthopedics for bone issues, different things. So it was just a lot of doctors trying to coordinate therapy, appointments, all that, and not getting really solid answers, but kind of piecemealing different things together. As far as her learning disabilities, it was really challenging because I felt like we were kind of trying to bandage the problem, and she was improving some, and I do think that where we were going definitely did help some, and gave her some skills, and perhaps could work hand in hand with what we are doing now. But we reached a point over and over again where it was just hitting a wall again and again. So as it was getting more difficult, we knew that we had to get more help because you can see the effect on her. She was not very happy, and she was more frustrated and confused, and you don't want to see your child like that. So we got to a point where we were looking for more help, and we heard about the FHC through friends who come here, and they had tremendous results in just a few months. So I was very, very interested because I knew that this child had similar issues, and to hear that there were actually results and that noticeable growth and noticeable changes, that was really exciting for me. Though I was a little skeptical, especially since I heard about some of the things that he was doing, that was a little bit strange and different. But as we researched it a little bit more, we were very interested. And my husband is a psychiatrist, and he also studied neurology, obviously. And to him, a lot of this was very interesting and actually made sense, even though he never looked at it that way, the way the brain works and how you can heal the brain and brain plasticity, all these things that he didn't think of it in this way. So for me, that was confirmation that okay, we can come here and it's legit. And so the first step was taking the 3-day parent training, and I actually was very hesitant because I have had so many experiences, getting hopeful and then just getting very disappointed when you just don't see results, or when you see more challenges than you feel like you're able to face. So I came a little bit hesitant, very teary, and came for the 3-day training. Found the very first day, first of all, that we were eating terrific food, and second of all, that just everything, I felt like it does feel like there's somebody looking in my house and in my heart, and that they are talking about my family. And so that's remarkable, to find someone who can understand what you're going through and to say that there's absolutely hope. When you do certain things with your child, get to the root of the problem rather than treat all these little symptoms. And in a coordinated effort, that just blew my mind too. This is exactly what I was looking for, and I didn't even realize how comprehensive it was, that you take the whole child in the diet and the physical aspect of it, and that helps the eyes and it's just mind-boggling to me. This center is just so as the 3-day training went on, I grew more and more hopeful, and I just knew that this was an answer to prayer, big time. So the most important thing I got from the parent training really was hope. This is so aptly named because when you have issues within your family, it affects the whole family. It doesn't affect just the child. It doesn't affect just the parent. It really affects the entire family. Because especially if you're homeschooling like we do, they're dragged along with all the therapy and all the different issues, and you're around each other 24/7. So you deal with, they have to deal with it as well. So a lot of things are adjusted due to the different challenges. So this is the Family Hope Center. Very aptly named, perfectly named. And so we came my daughter came to the first appointment in June, and got her program and her diet and everything. And then I brought my son, Ethan, and we were not wanting. I thought, if they tell me we have to go gluten-free, I'm just gonna leave. I'm out of here. But sure enough, but you know what? I'm so grateful that so many of these issues actually could be taken care of in such an easy and non-invasive way. That you don't have to take medicine. You don't have to do something even more toxic for your body in order to let it heal. Like, you're just taking out gluten. It's really not a big deal. It's difficult because you can't have donuts the way we love having our donuts and cake. It's hard, but once you start, it is actually really not that difficult. And so we made some changes. It was hard, but actually what we did was, before removing something, I introduced something. So for instance, put out a bunch of nuts and let the kids decide what kind of nuts they liked, because we didn't really eat nuts that much. So everybody actually liked one nut, so we started eating nuts, and we started eating, different things, and then I could slowly take away other things, and even finding milk, coconut milk or almond milk that they actually liked and drank. And so it wasn't that kind of transition. I felt was easier than just going cold turkey. You're not going to have milk today and no dairy, so it was an easing into it. And so about by September, that was July, so when we finished your appointment, right? So by about September, we were fully on the program. As far as the diet went, it was excellent. We felt so good. I felt so good. I lost 14 pounds without working, just like that. Not feeling hungry, no snacking, it was gone. I saw changes in the children. One of the biggest changes, I have to say this, is that my third son has mild Tourette's, and he tics. And he has ADHD up the wazoo. And going on the diet, I put the entire family on the diet because I didn't want to hear complaints about who gets to eat what. So I put the whole family on the diet, and my son with Tourette's, his tics disappeared completely. No tics, just from the diet. We haven't made any other changes with him, creeping, crawling, or nothing. He's only done the diet, and the tics went away. If that's not incredible, I don't know what is. That's just like no medication. No, he's not. He's off meds. So that, and then he can finish his work. The kid who falls off the chair like every 2 minutes and drops his pencil like 15,000 times a day is actually finishing his work. And I mean, he's fast. The kid who cannot concentrate. And so that's gluten, folks, and sugar. No, reduced sugar. And so anyways, that's been exciting.
All right, so before coming to the FHC, I struggle summarizing things. I struggle socializing. I struggle just getting my thoughts out. And through this program, Creeping Crawling, I've really improved a lot. My literature class, I wasn't doing very well. The content that I was put in was deemed irrelevant and not very good writing. And after doing the program, the comments that I received from my teacher, I seem to be qualified for AP perfect essays. And this is coming from a person that grades SAT essays, so that's pretty big.
Mm-hmm. Starting around November of last year, we noticed, we made some changes in school, and so put in fine arts to give him something, creative outlet. And then you started painting. And then what happened?
I exploded
He
in art, like November or so. When did we start the program? July?
July.
So about 4 months after doing the program, I suddenly exploded and I started doing all this art-related projects. I started painting like crazy. I could dish out painting in 1 or 2 hours, and art is my passion now.
Mm-hmm. And he always remarks like, I just see things differently, or I'm noticing things, and just to hear those kind of comments is kind of
like if I look outside this window, I could probably figure out how to paint all this, like all the contrasts and darks and lights, and
just suddenly just interested even, and that's really exciting to see that. So those are some things that are remarkable. And we just got his assessment, and 273% growth. So that means 27 in 10 months, less than 10 months, he grew neurologically 27 months, which is like, what in the world? We're talking hitting wall after wall after wall, lots of different therapies and lots of different writing helps and curriculum, and the next thing, like trying to find something, different teachers or whatever, tutors, and then coming here and getting 273% brain growth in 10 months. That's really, but you worked really, really hard. You worked hard for that. So we are pleased, just absolutely pleased to be here and thrilled. And I want everyone to know about this place. I know that there are many parents who are in similar situations and who are homeschooling, and we don't have the advantage many times of getting school programs or different things, and the resources, and we have to piecemeal a lot of the help that we can get together. So this is an answer to prayer. This is just all comprehensive. It's all inclusive. It looks at the whole child. It does not just change one thing or two things and bandage the problem. And they don't pop pills. And it makes the life difference. And my other daughter, who I wasn't even sure if there was progress, had 173% growth. And it was in areas, sensation, tactility, reflexes. I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know to check those things, but those are foundational before you can see other areas of her brain growing. So that just makes perfect sense to me. That makes perfect sense. So we're excited to see what's going to happen in the next few months. But I highly recommend it. I wish everyone could at least go on the website, give it a chance, get the DVDs, absolutely come to the 3-day parent training. If you don't even know if you're going to do the center, it is an investment, wonderful investment to come to the 3-day parent training. I think that just probably changed my life. Being there is the moment that changed my life. And so if at least you can get to that, people travel from, I can't believe, Germany, South Africa, or whatever, and we have it in our backyard practically. 7-hour drive, that's not big at all compared to what people are going through to come here, because this is the only place in the world that can give you this. And I plead with families to give it a chance, because this is phenomenal. So we're very, very pleased, very blessed to be here.